You niggas gonna learn that nobody is exempt from this shit and nobody will ever be above this shit.
In a world of glitz and glam, flashing lights and screaming fans, most people are unaware of the war that rages behind the scenes. And that war includes your favorite artist and your favorite songs. This is The Dark Side of Songwriting. Hosted by Nayim Edwards.
Welcome to The Dark Side of Songwriting. My name is Nayim Edwards. I am your host, and today we got to talk about QC, we got to talk about Baby Money, and maybe we'll throw in all the shit that's falling in between. So, Baby Money shot in Detroit. 3 other people was in the car with him. Drive-by shooting. I guess that's pretty standard at this point in the fucking rap game, right? But let's deal with QC first. QC, I just have a question for the 2 CEOs and anybody else that is instrumental in how this label run. Do you think you've been through enough in the past month and a half, 45 days, that maybe the mentality was switched about protecting your assets? Fuck niggas being a family. Fuck niggas being together. Fuck all that. Fuck all that whatever shit talk, nigga. Niggas are investments. Why wouldn't you want to protect your investments? I know you can't tell a grown man what to do. You can't tell a grown man where to go and all this shit. But don't you think when somebody puts their name on a contract and you're pouring all this money, pouring these resources into them, giving them these platforms and doing everything because you went and found a motherfucker. So you go to the worst part of wherever the fuck, you find the most talented person from wherever the fuck, you pull them out, you dust them off, you give them the look, and they're still grinding because they have the work ethic in some shape, way, or form. They have some type of work ethic, especially being over there at QC. Even it's different for the women, but for the men, the methodology is you got to have that hustle in you. So you go get a motherfucker who already got all these problems, whether it be baby mama drama, whether it be legal issues, whether it be street issues. And at this point, you not getting signed at none of these street labels if you don't have real street issues. The thing is, do you think that maybe now it's time to start shifting the way that artists are managed and artists are handled? Because why the fuck are your artists being shot at? You just had Takeoff be murdered. You just had Bankroll Freddie, I think that's his name. He just went down. You're taking L after L after L with your investments, even though Takeoff was already successful. I don't know what the fuck was going on with Bankroll Freddie, but he had something going on. Why can't you step in and say, look, I know, you might have to go back here. And actually, it's not even a might. You have to go back to these places. You have to deal with these people. You have to be, you're going to be at that level you at until you get your hit, until you break that mold, until you do this, until you do that. But when are the label going to crack down on their investments and say, look, we need to start moving whatever. We got to add this for this. We're going to take money from this so we can pay for security, even if it don't look like real security, or maybe just invest in a bulletproof vehicle. And this is my thing. This is how you know real life, real time, that niggas do not have and is not moving how they think they are, or how you think they are, or how shit is saying. You're not going to tell me a nigga got $100,000 in jewelry, but he got real enemies and real shit going on where people really trying to kill him in real life, in real time. But you don't own a bulletproof vest. You don't own an armored vehicle. You can't, so you're just fucking retarded all the way around. Because if I have $100,000 to spend on jewelry, and we're going to fall into this thing where we talk about how artists are liars again. A lot of them are lying about their status and about what it is just because it sounds good. Like I said, I listen to this nigga every day. One of my favorite lines by this nigga is the last time an op died, I was in a plane flying. Ironically, we was in the sky at the same time. These niggas tired of getting killed. Tell them take 5. You're not going to tell me you rapping like this. And now we're going to fall into him because you're rapping like this. You're taunting the enemy. You're taunting the devil. You are blatantly laughing in niggas' faces. But you think that it's still okay for you to sit around and be a regular person. Once you have aligned, even if you haven't aligned yourself with somebody that's a huge entity, once you stumble into any type of warfare, you are now a target, you are now an enemy. You're not supposed to be sitting around in the car with your friends, sitting around smoking a blunt, going anywhere or being seen. You need to be a ghost if you want to stay alive. But the problem is you can't be a ghost and stay alive because you're going to be called a bitch because why you not here. And then on top of motherfuckers calling you a bitch because you're not there anymore, you are probably lying about your lifestyle. This is in general. But this still goes into what he's talking about because he said he still live in Detroit. He's still whatever. Niggas ain't still living nowhere because, oh, this is just where I want to be. This is just what I want to do. This is just who I am. I ain't going nowhere. Nah, niggas is not leaving because they can't leave. Niggas don't have $100,000 in jewelry. Niggas got $4,000 in moissanites. You're not telling me that you have this money, you living like this, you doing XYZ, but you can't afford to get the fuck out of harm's way, or at least when harm come, you can't handle yourself. This nigga got other lyrics saying, big money hole clip 36 on us. Oh, big money hole clip 36 on it. Glocky with a switch on it. Try me, it's gonna rip on you. Nigga got a line that says he was in the shower having sex. They tried to break in and rob him. I'm in the shower with the tech. Try that shit next time. He got songs about sleeping with people from the enemy side. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not telling me that you rapping like this and you just casually sitting out smoking a blunt in the car. You're not telling me you rapping like this and you just casually just hanging out and having a good time and doing shit and, oh, I ain't got time. At this point, once you start talking about certain shit, you don't have the ability, and you should never be unaware. You should never be unconscious. You should never, and I say unconscious in just the same way as unaware, not the lame way. But you should never be in a situation where you are not 100% aware of what's going on 360 degrees behind you. You know, people say a lot of times people say they don't let people sit behind them when they driving in the driver's seat or sit in the back seat because that'll be the person to shoot you in your head while you driving. You need to have that kind of paranoia because Detroit is one of those places. It's like Chicago's cousin. It's all these cities really are like cousins, badass cousins. But I don't know who the fuck this is on the screen, but we're gonna rock with it. It's one of those places where they very poor. It's not really a lot to do. That Eminem image was very fake about Detroit. I've been there several times, spent a lot of time in Detroit. In these areas you don't hear about 8 Mile a lot. You hear about 6 Mile and 7 Mile and all these other streets and shit that people talk about. Not, whatever. I mean, you might hear it. No, you don't. I don't really hear about it when I listen to whoever's popping. But like, you just can't afford to be unaware. You can't afford this. Is he gonna change his lyrics? Because I got to go. Is he gonna change his lyrics? Absolutely the fuck not. This is a battery in his back at this point, saying you fuck niggas are so incompetent you couldn't even get the job done. Yeah, you shot me, but you ain't kill me. This is fuel. This nigga's charged up. I wouldn't be surprised if he was happy he got shot. Like, remember, I just said one of his lyrics is, last time an op died, I was on a plane flying. Ironically, we was in the sky at the same time. These niggas tired of getting killed. Tell them take 5. So the fact that your opposition rolled through, shot 4 people, and ain't nobody dead. Oh, these niggas about to come back. spin back the fuck around and start going even crazier. They about to start saying all type of shit and laughing in your face, and it ain't gonna be nothing that the opposition can do because the opposition is broke and nobody knows who the opposition is aside from people in that area, and they have a bigger platform. And this is a situation where he didn't die, so now it boosts his profile. This is all a cycle, and this is why I asked, is QC going to put restrictions on they artists, where it's just like, if we going back here, nigga, it's for an album signing or a t-shirt giveaway or a turkey drive or something like that. You don't get to casually hang out where everybody want to kill you. This nigga even got lyrics they say, niggas trying to kill me, cities say I'm trending. Cut a bitch off because a bitch was acting iffy or some shit like that. Like, you know you are at risk of getting set up. You know you are at risk of being murdered. You know you are severely high risk. And the fact that you were almost murdered and nobody know who the fuck you was, to the point where I ain't see nobody say nothing about you. That means this nigga's about to come back harder so his name can be something frequented in the news. And that's the dark side, is just that if you don't kill a nigga, you gonna have to kill a nigga. Point blank, period. If you don't get them out of here, they're gonna come back harder, and it's gonna be harder on everybody else around them, everybody else in other places, and all this shit. So this is the dark side of songwriting. My name is Nayim. I don't know what the fuck's going on in this screen, but I'm gonna holler at you.